Welcome to Sean Can't Cook, but John Can. Sean and I have been actors for many years, but I assure you, this is no act. He really can't cook. I'm going to teach Sean, and you at home, how to feel more comfortable in the kitchen, preparing tasty recipes that even the most novice of cooks can create. I will show you step by step how to construct each dish so that when your friends come over, they'll ask, "How'd you learn how to make that?" If you already know how to cook, I hope you'll find a few recipes to add to your repertoire. Let's see what's on today's menu. Hello, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 4 of Sean Can't Cook, but John Can. It's our second season finale. We made it through 2 seasons. Yay!
And I still can't cook.
He can't, but you're getting better. Admit it?
I
a little
am.
bit? Okay,
I
he's
am.
learning something. I hope you're learning something at home. Today we're going to make, yes, another sweet, because John likes sweets. You know it, you're getting to know it. So today we're going to make lemon bars. They're simple, they're quick, they're easy, but they're delicious. A nice punch of lemon zest, lemon juice. Yum, I can't wait. So, before we get started, let's get the Sean Cam rolling and show you all the ingredients you're going to need to make these. The ingredients and equipment you'll need for these lemon bars. For the dough, you'll need 1 large bowl for mixing, and a pastry blender, which we'll discuss later, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/2 cup of cold butter cut in cubes, and 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. For the lemon filling, you will need 2 large eggs, 3 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice and the zest of 1 whole lemon, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of flour, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, not soda, baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. The equipment that you'll need for the filling is 1 small bowl and a spoon and whisk. After they're cooled, we will dust them with powdered sugar, so you'll need a sifter. If you don't have one, you can just sprinkle it on. And for baking, you'll need 1 8 by 8 inch or 9 by 9 inch baking pan. This has been buttered, not floured, just buttered. And lastly, a cooling rack. If you don't have one, you can use the top of your oven. And that's it. Let's make some lemon squares. Welcome back. Now that you know what goes into the lemon bars, let's start with the pastry. So we're going to take the flour into the bowl. I'm dipping down again. I don't know why I keep doing that. And the powdered sugar also goes in.
Why use powdered sugar?
It blends much easier. It's not the granulated, because these are only going to bake for 15 minutes by themselves first. The granulated sugar would probably dissolve okay, but the powdered sugar, it just blends in a little bit easier.
Oh.
So just stir it up a little bit.
Okay.
That's all we're doing. Try to keep it in the bowl this time. If you were with us last time or a couple of episodes ago, flour went everywhere.
I think this is the easiest thing I've done on this show.
So we're going to put in the butter, and we're going to cut it in with a pastry blender. If you don't have a pastry blender, when I was a child, I would do this for my mother. I would take 2 knives and cut it in. You could smash it in with 2 forks, 2 spoons. You can also use your hands, which we're going to use also a little bit. I'm going to do the pastry blender. We only have 1 of these. Our budget again. I actually have one on order, but it hasn't come in yet, so we have to use the one. We're going to share.
I know this?
I'll
Okay.
take this from you.
All right.
So
I've never done this before, by the way.
I know. There's a lot of things you haven't done, but you're learning.
I am.
So you just want to start pushing, smashing. It's going to go up on the sides, and that's fine. Actually, the spoon might come in handy for that.
Oh.
You can scrape it back out into the bowl, and you're going to cut this in until it gets very small. And eventually, like I said, we're going to use our hands and mix it further.
How primal.
Finally. I'm just going to show you and you at home. See how it's getting smaller pieces
Okay. So I
of the
just
butter?
mush it in.
Yeah, just keep smashing it. Now you can take your hands and really, boy, the flour does sort of go everywhere, doesn't it?
Wait, so this just all sticks to this. Is that normal?
Yep.
Okay.
You saw me scraping it down. It happens until it gets coated with the flour. That's the problem. It's
okay.
just sticking to that because it's not coated with the flour.
Do these
Are
come...
you watching this?
Huh?
So you're watching this? Keep up.
It's like Lucy and the Grapes.
Oh my gosh. So, copyright infringement. That's the name of our show. That should be the name of our show. So you see how it's starting to come together?
Oh,
as
yeah.
more of a dough.
Oh,
It's a
whoops.
crumble, but we're going to smash this into the pan eventually. So while you're finishing up that, you're literally just going to dump this into
Oh,
the
pretty
pan.
easy.
But you're not done.
Oh.
You can't bake it.
I thought I
like
was
that.
done.
No, and you just want to spread it out
Okay.
sort of evenly as you go. And in it goes. I'll take the bowl out of the way.
Then
Even
what?
it out into the pan.
Okay.
So now what you want to do is just start pressing it down. This is now where you're going to form the actual pastry dough.
So if I have some clumpy, like, buttery things, should I sort of break them up a little bit?
They're really big, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
It's literally you're going to smash this all together so it's all going to blend
Okay.
and bake in the oven. You want to make it as even as possible.
Does this thing rise at all? Or
Not really.
No.
No. It might puff up a little bit, but there's no leavening agent. There's no baking powder.
Wow. It's pretty,
But it's not tough or heavy. It's actually very, because of the butter, it's just
So
very...
you're sort of flattening. Is that what I should be doing?
Yes. You want to try and make it as even as possible. You can use the back of a glass if you want. I personally just prefer my hands.
You should show them because you're doing a really nice job with it. Like,
Ta-da.
yeah, as opposed to this.
No, you're coming along. You're coming along. So you want to go up on the sides just a little bit. You can even take your finger, let me see if I can show this, and go around like this around the edge.
No, you're sort of like pushing.
Just a little bit up the side, tiny little bit. And you're going to make a little bit of a well, but not too much. It's all going to be pretty even when it's done. And if you have any going up the side that's loose, you can just push it back down.
So like,
So you want to make sure there's no cracks in it.
so I feel like mine's really uneven.
It might be. You've never done this before.
So how
remember?
can I, like, it feels really thin over here and like heavier here. Like here.
Okay, so this is what it should look like. See, there's a little bit of an indentation all around, going up the sides just a little bit. It's fairly even on the bottom. It's going to be a little cratery and lumpy, and that's okay. It will even out a little bit in the oven. So we're going to put mine aside and see what we can do with yours. I see what you mean. There's a little bit more over there.
Yeah, it's sort of.
Here, we'll just sort of, as we said, zhush it over a little bit. See, it's very forgiving because it's so much butter. It's just very soft.
Yours when it's so perfectly flat.
Well, how many times have I done this? Don't ask how many times I've done this.
How many times have you done this?
I don't know.
You dared me. You dared me to ask.
So there.
Oh, that looks better.
Yeah, it's just a matter of like pushing it along.
Much better.
So there. So these are going to go in the oven for just 15 minutes. I'm going to put these in at 325 degrees because these are glass. If you have metal, do it at 350 degrees. Glass really conducts heat fast. So 325 degrees until they're a little bit golden brown. And then we'll make the filling, show you that, put it on top, and it goes back in the oven. But first steps first, 15 minutes for the dough, and then we'll show you what it looks like. We'll be right back. This is what they look like after 16 minutes in the oven. I decided to leave them in for an extra minute. As you can see, they are not browned, and that's okay. You don't want them to cook too much because we're going to put the filling on top and they're going to cook again in the oven. But as you can see, it's not raw dough, it is cooking. And that's it. Let's make the filling and put them back in the oven. Welcome back. The dough is out of the oven. Let's make the filling. So, grab your bowl, and we're going to put the eggs in first.
Oh, by the way, I did not crack these eggs.
Of course, we all know that. So we're going to just beat those up a little bit.
Okay.
Take that.
Like how much?
Just so they're blended. We're not trying to get a lot of air into it.
I don't think I've ever done this
See,
before.
that's it. Really?
No.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I avoid eggs.
Okay. So next
this what-
goes the sugar. Yeah, a little bit more.
A little more. Huh?
You're like afraid of this. It's
It's
funny.
eggs. They terrify me. Any more?
Someday we'll have a talk about this and find out
More?
why. I don't know why. That's good. Put the
Okay.
sugar in.
Okay, leave the whisk in?
Yep.
Okay.
Put the sugar in and get that mixed. Get that out of the way.
All right.
A friend of mine in Pittsburgh said, "Boy, you move everything out of the way." I don't usually cook that way, but I'm filming it, so we have to make it look pretty. So you just want to get that blended a little bit. Add the lemon juice. I'm dipping down again.
You're just trying to be polite.
That's good. Throw the lemon juice in.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
Okay. I'm just really getting into it.
Now, I'm sorry. We're going to get this moving.
Okay.
Blend that in.
Okay.
Away. Stack there. And that friend knows who she is, by the way.
It smells good.
See, you got the smell in
But
there.
it does smell good.
And lastly, and people may ask, why the flour? You didn't ask that, but the flour is to thicken it. You want to make sure that it's
Oh.
So that can all go in now.
Okay.
Flour, salt, the baking powder. Baking powder, give it a little bit of a lift.
Keep going?
Yep.
Okay.
So mix that all in. Keep it in the bowl this time.
I'm trying.
I know you.
I'm a messy cook.
And see, it's already starting to get a little thicker just from the flour. So you want to make sure you're scraping down the sides, getting that flour in there. We didn't even need the spoons, we're just using the whisk.
Oh, sorry. That's really what they were for.
Actually, we're going to use that to pour it in. We're going to use that to scrape out the bowl. So that's it. There's your lemon filling. Couldn't be any easier, right? Let's get the dough back over here and we'll pour it on top and get them in the oven. Be right back. Welcome back. The filling's prepared, the dough is ready. This is the simplest step. Even you can do this. I know you can do this too. Grab the bowl.
Okay.
Pour it on top. And we're going to scrape it out with the spoon.
Oh boy, there's actually a lot of stuff still in here.
That's right. It's all mixed together. You can sort of stir it around a little bit when you get it in there. Blend it. Push it to the edges a little bit. It's going to settle in by itself.
Got everything.
Yep, that's fine. That's why I took a little spoon and stirred it without don't touch the...
So what do I do?
Just the very top, just stir it up a little bit. You don't want to get into the dough.
Ah, okay.
And that's about it. That's it. I'm going to just do this.
Mm-hmm.
Just scoot it along a little bit.
That's smart.
It's going to even out in the oven, so it really doesn't matter. So, thank you. That's it. These are going to bake. I'm going to turn it back up to 350 degrees, even though these are glass, because I want the filling to cook. So 350 degrees for about 25 minutes, maybe 30, maybe 20. We're going to check at 20, and then we'll let you know what they look like when they're done. It smells like lemon in here.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
I'm going to say it this time. So we'll be right back to show you what they look like out of the oven. I left these in for 30 minutes, and this is what they look like when they're done. As you can see, it's kind of like gelatin inside. It's thick. It's not runny. I'm going to scoop a little of this out. It's not runny. It's thick. And that's what you want. They're brown on top. We're going to let them cool for a little bit, sprinkle some powdered sugar on them, and eat them. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm going to say it smells really good in here. So, these are out of the oven. They've been cooling for about 10 minutes. We're going to sprinkle them with powdered sugar while they're warm, and we're going to cut them while they're warm. But first, we're going to take a knife and go around the edge and just sort of loosen them up without trying to destroy the integrity of the... These got a little crispy around the edge, and that's okay. Wanted to make sure that the filling was done. So there. That's good. They're loosened, so we know that at least they will come out of the pan around the edge. How's it going over here?
I think so.
Yeah, you see how it's loosening?
Mm-hmm.
There's so much butter in this, it's not going to stick, ever. That's the way we do it. So while he's finishing that, I'll take a little powdered sugar and a handy dandy sifter. No, you've never done this probably, have you?
No.
Okay, it's super simple. Just tap it on the side, and you want to just cover it. Some of this may absorb while they cool, and you can go back and sprinkle them a little bit more. So there.
Okay, so how much would I put in here?
Yeah, we'll just put it in a dollop over the thing.
Oh. Okay.
He's learning. Easy peasy, right?
Yeah. I think I need
You need more sugar. You're getting a sweet tooth bigger than mine.
No.
Okay, that's good. So I'm going to cut mine into 9 pieces. You can cut them as big or as small as you want. So, and they get a little messy when you cut them. By messy, this is what I mean. It'll start coming apart a little bit, and that's okay.
Speaking of messy. I mean,
So I didn't do that very well. These are going to be a little off on size, but that's okay. Some people want a bigger piece, some people want a smaller piece. I'm going to do 9 pieces, so 2 cuts that way, and 2 cuts that way. And how many pieces are you making?
I don't know yet.
Oh, okay. So there, and you want to make sure you're getting to the bottom of the crust and at the edge that you're going through all of that. This way, when you take them
crazy
out,
sizes.
I don't know what you do.
I don't know either.
Um,
Some are big, some are small.
You can go back through. Yeah, see, I just pulled up a little piece. We'll just tuck that back in there. No one will ever know. Or you know what? We'll just taste it. I'm tasting it ahead of time. It's nice and warm and lemony. So, oh, you made 6 big. I'm telling you, this guy.
I don't know.
I used to be the one with the big sweet tooth, but you're gaining fast. So,
yeah.
there you have it. 9 pieces and 6
funny
giant pieces.
Frankenstein pieces.
It's all good. Whatever size you want. You can make them small if you want little squares. That's fine. That's fine. So we're going to let these cool for a little bit longer and eat them all. We're not going to let them cool too long.
Right.
I need dinner and I'm hungry. This is going to be my dinner tonight. So we'll be right back to show you what they taste like. Welcome back. As you can see, the lemon bars, squares, whatever you want to call them. We'll call them lemon bars. They are done. They've cooled a little bit. The filling is set. Everything looks great. They smell delicious, don't they? So let's try them, shall we?
All right.
Can't wait. Sweet. Tart. With the lemon.
Very tasty.
The crust is crispy. It's not overbaked. It's not hard.
I put a lot of sugar on mine.
You did. And look how big his is compared to mine.
Monster
Look,
piece.
as you can see, oh, let's turn this way. The filling is set. It's perfect. These are a great picnic, casual, or elegant, whatever you want to do with
You've
it.
brought them to parties. I mean, we've done this before.
Yes.
Yes, we've stood in kitchens before eating them.
And they are easy. That's why we're doing this now. They're easy to make, though. This wasn't that difficult, right?
No, even you can make it.
If he can make this, you can make this. Thank you for tuning in to all 8 episodes. I'm sure you've seen all 8 of them of Sean Can't Cook, but John Can. We will be back for season 3 shortly, so stay tuned. We'll be coming right back at you. Thanks for watching. Let's have some more.
Oh, right.
So good.